Welcome to this month's episode. Today, I feel like I want to talk really quietly too. And today, we're going to start with Adrian Heffernan.
Okay.
It's the outfits too, because we're
Is
all
it?
dressed
Should
very
I
nice.
just lose the tie?
We
Should
are,
I?
we're smartly
Ties a
dressed.
disaster.
Really smart.
We don't have a massive
Yeah.
crew back here.
And we're still no budget, just to say.
Yeah, we still have no money.
Yeah.
In case anyone was wondering. Mhm.
So we're going to start with my topic, are we?
Yes, let's start with your
Okay, so
topic.
my topic is the rule of thirds a load of bollocks?
No.
No comment. I do not know what the rule thirds is.
Okay, so this is the idea that kind of, when you're looking through your viewfinder in the camera, that it's squared up like a X's and O's. You know the X's and O's pattern?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Just
two lines.
Oh, okay. Okay, X's
Yeah.
and O's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so that kind of, if you place your subject...
For-
Look at this.
This is for
this
novices
just-
like myself.
For our viewing
For
audience.
like the non-technical
So if you
people.
put a subject here
Yeah.
on any of the crossing lines, it's supposed to be a more interesting place to put your subject. It's a compositional aid.
For the viewers, so basically what Adrian is saying is generally you want to try to place your, subject of whatever it is you're looking at in one of these crosshairs.
Oh, and why not in the middle?
Well, you can. That's the thing, and I think
Yeah.
that's the point he's trying to make.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. It's
Yeah.
exactly kind of what I kind of, I feel like I've been looking at a lot of kind of, the great photography and kind of that. And we're talking about composition. I know photography and video, there's a little bit of difference, but this is, director of photography, how you set an image up. And I just don't see this, I see it used in a lot of kind of quite cheesy kind of, I can't make a shot, let's just put them in the rule of thirds. It's like, I don't think art works that way. I don't think making a picture works in a kind of like, I'll put them there. I love leading lines. I love,
I love leading ladies.
Okay.
Whoa,
Sorry,
cheesy.
with the whole Trump in the news
Yeah.
thing, I felt like I should say something
Yeah,
appropriate.
oh God, it's just gonna go.
See if we
But
can-
yeah, I just don't think it's, I just don't see it in a lot of the great, I'm looking at great kind of, box sets. I'm looking at, great cinema, and I'm looking at great photography, and I just don't see it there. I know it's a really handy tool, but I'm not sure that it gets anybody anywhere.
Sorry, do you think that some filmmakers, they stick by this too much?
Filmmakers live by this shit.
Okay.
You don't put it on the rule of thirds. It's just a disaster. Like everybody I know, this is gospel. This is gospel now. It's like there's everything has to go on one of these squares, and it's just a bit kind of like I'm just not sure that it's become such a religion that I'm not sure it's maybe there's a little bit of that in it. That if you take it with kind of maybe 10 other rules, you're kind of, picking. But it's just, every time I go out, I hear this kind of, it's the rule of thirds. You're not putting the person there. It's like, I'm just not sure the rule of thirds is. And there's so many of these things along this line, like dynamic symmetry, and there's that golden. Have you seen that kind of, there's this, is it the Fibonacci or something? There's this huge circle that spins off, and you can put your subject anywhere in this circle of spiral. Yeah.
So you're saying literally throw away the rule of thirds and trust your instincts.
Yeah,
Is that it?
really. I think we all know a nice picture when we see it, and maybe as I just started teaching a photography class, and I did teach the rule of thirds, and it's kind of like, but at the end of the class, I kind of said, listen, these are all things you can take or throw away, and sometimes you just get behind the camera and you go, that's the shot. It's like sometimes you can't make a shot, so you start kind of going, okay, let's borrow some of these tools to try and see if I can make something here. But I just feel like this one in particular, it's become an absolute gospel, and I think it's just bullshit.
Whew. That was a
The
good
rant is over.
Do you feel better?
Yeah, a little bit.
Alright.
It's definitely been cathartic.
Yeah, I do think it actually does add value, and especially if you're starting off, I think it's valuable to learn the rule of thirds. And even if it's from the point of view of knowing when to break that rule, which is important, especially in any type of creative art, just like in filmmaking when you're doing an interview, right? Often they have this whole invisible wall rule, and
We've talked so much about this
you want to be
recently.
looking towards the blank space versus the that side of the screen kind of a thing. And It is certainly helpful because it gives you a starting point,
Yeah,
and then that way you know where to go to from there. But you bringing this up did remind me. I was working on a corporate video for a software company that I won't mention, and and it was funny because it was literally kind of people talking to the camera type stuff, and I was putting him in the center versus in one of the and literally the guy was I was showing it to one of the managers there, and he's like, "Well, haven't you ever heard of the rule of thirds?" Or, "Yes, I've heard of the rule of thirds. Thank you."
Yeah.
Which means I also know when not to use it. But yeah, it's a very common scenario. Is in documentaries when they've got the talking person, they tend to always put their head right in that little corner. You'll notice it a lot now.
Yeah.
But does that become kind of boring to watch then?
Yes.
Photography,
Repetitive.
videography by numbers. It's kind of like there's these rules, you obey these rules, you always end up with the same product that the guy before you shot. And that's maybe what really sparked this was kind of looking through kind of the great photography of the last, 50 years and just seeing stuff that all of the shots that really kind of had an impact on me. None of them kind of fell into this. And I was just like, wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
I think filmmakers break this rule too.
Yeah, definitely.
Wes Anderson is a well-known example at putting everything right in the center of his
bullseye,
screen.
like he was going to shoot them, yeah. And I really like a bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
I do, and it's it's like I often bullseye stuff, and you always get that kind of shouldn't be bullseyeing that, It's like, no, this shot works. This is how this shot should be.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it is a really useful tool, but I just kind of feel like, God, I hate it.
Yeah.
But you have to learn it, obviously, you think.
Yeah,
It's
you should
important.
probably learn
Yeah.
all of them, and then kind of
And then once you know them,
cherry pick.
you can break the rules, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of, they're good tools to make you start thinking visually, I suppose.
Yeah, you can't break the rule until you know what the rule is, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because it's quite interesting, say, as a viewer looking at something and it is kind of flat and boring. Maybe it's because they stick by this too much. Like, I wouldn't know much about this, but maybe as a viewer, I'm seeing this rule of thirds and just find it flat in some instances.
Yeah.
Possibly because it's all in the same, maybe, I don't know, does that end up like that?
Yeah, I think
Does it?
definitely.
Yeah.
There's a huge element to that.
Sorry, I'm not as much of a hater on it as you are.
That's fine.
It's okay. Well, Claire, what do you have for us?
Well, I'd like to talk about 1-minute films. So this is quite an interesting topic because we recently made a 1-minute film, didn't we?
Yes, an award-winning 1-minute
An
film.
award-winning, yes. I'm delighted. Thank you so much. Yeah, and to Milo as well, I've always wanted to enter the 1-minute competition in Galway. After seeing, 2 years ago, I went to see the 30-minute film festival. So they show 31-minute films. And people always said to me, God, how can you make a film in 1 minute? But when I saw that in Galway, I was just so inspired. Because you can tell a story in 1 minute, but what you do is you think of an incident. That's the way I thought of when I did the social experiment. So think of just one incident that people have to overcome. It's like I saw one 1 minute film about, it looked like a horror film, and it was just a footage of a plant and horror music, another plant, horror music, and then the guy sneezed. That was the whole 1 minute film. It was so clever and so simple. It was very, very good,
Wow.
So I don't know, what do you think of when we made the 1 minute? What was the most challenging?
Yeah, I definitely have some commentary on this. Let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And we'll get back to my commentary.
Your dreams are over now, boyo.
All right, and that was a preview from our 1-minute film. The preview, of course, condensed in association with the, equal amount of running time.
Yeah.
What was I going to say on this? So making this 1-minute film, it was interesting because we shot quite a bit more footage than we needed.
We did.
And it was interesting just trying to get it cut down when we were doing the edit. And because there was a lot of really great stuff in there, and you have to cut it out. It forces
I have to ask, how long did it take you to shoot the 1-minute film?
It took a few hours, didn't it? Good few hours.
It was a good day.
It was a good day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And writing it was kind of very quick as well. It was because I had a specific idea. But shooting it was 1 day, wasn't it? Around 8 hours. Right.
Yeah, maybe a little
A
less.
little less.
But it does give you the point of how
I love it. I love the fact that you spent 8 hours shooting a 1-minute film. I just think that's great.
But we have more footage. As you said, editing was a huge, not problem, but huge obstacle. Because when we edited it at first, the first version, it was just too quick. Like there was too much in the 1 minute. It was like you're bombarding people with information.
Yeah.
So pacing wasn't so important in the edit to get it down to 1 minute, to tell the story and not bombard people too much where they're like, what was that about? So you need space, you need breath in it, which is quite a struggle to do in 1 minute.
Yes, I imagine it is. Especially when you've kind of got a setup, you know, and you have a certain amount of content that you have to deliver for it to make sense.
Exactly, and you always need the hook, don't you? So you have to get the audience's attention. And I always, when I write comedy, you get the audience's attention, you turn right, left, or backwards. As long as the audience kind of invests in the story, you can twist it.
1 minute films is in a way almost a joke, even though you can be doing something serious. Like one of the ones we were talking about earlier that you pointed out was what was the
it was
one?
like sneeze, a guy implants, and it was like a horror film, and he sneezed. It's a simple premise, but there was a setup and a punch.
And then a punch, exactly.
So I think with a 1 minute, you need that. The ones I saw that were successful, the ones I saw say that they weren't successful, there was no punch at the end.
Okay.
I think you need that as an audience member, don't you?
Yeah.
So otherwise,
The idea of
what
kind
is
of
it
punch-
like?
Yeah.
You know.
But it is nice to see that you can make 1 minute shorts and have something entertaining. It's kind of annoying sometimes when you watch a film and it's too long. And it's because the filmmaker, I gotta have this in it, and I gotta have this in it. I mean, this is such great stuff, and I've got to tell this whole story. And the reality is, if you had given that footage to somebody else to edit, they probably would have cut it in half, and it probably would have been better.
Yeah.
Like director's cut movies are.
Yeah, self-indulgent nonsense.
Oh, totally. It's like there's a reason why all that shit was.
Well, it's
cut
very
out.
funny. When I was telling people I was making a 1 minute film, their faces, just the horror in their faces, it drops. And like, what? How can you make it 1 minute film?
Yeah.
How can you tell a story in 1 minute? But you can. And like even some other 1 minutes I've seen, some of them are very powerful.
Yeah.
Like there was one about a guy who's looking at a soccer match and you realise then he's in a wheelchair at the end. Which I know it's probably you said it's predictable when
Yeah,
you
it
watch
was
it. It's called The
predictable,
Game
but it was good, so.
It just broke my heart in 1 minute.
Yeah.
Wow.
How can they do that? Yeah.
And that other one you posted, the
black hole.
black hole.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Very
just
clever.
so visual, so smart, you
We should
know.
put a link up to those actually.
We'll throw links up.
Yeah.
Adrian will throw
Very
links
clever.
up when he does the edit.
But again, if you look at the story of those, I mean, the one with the guy in the wheelchair, it's very simple. But the other one about the black hole, it's very clever.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah,
someone, a writer
yeah.
who's thinking very cleverly outside the box, and that's why it's successful. You know, I think, yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
visually simple
Very,
as well. Like
very simple.
you know,
visually
it's
simple.
such a simple environment, and yeah.
It's a great challenge, like great challenge. Isn't
So
it?
there we go. No budget filmmakers, go out, make yourself a 1 minute film. Our advice is keep it simple. Keep it under 1 minute.
Yes, it's a challenge, but it is.
Yeah.
It can be done.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about a film called, what was it called? Spring Break Zombie Massacre. It's October. I don't know if this episode will get up before Halloween.
Chance, a good
It's
chance.
kind of scary as well, because you know I'm afraid of everything.
Are you?
I'm afraid of balloons and everything. Yeah.
Well, it's
You're afraid of balloons.
Yes, I am, as we found out, Milo.
It's true.
Yes, but also
I have footage of her
yeah.
being scared of
it's
balloons.
embarrassing,
What a
but
bizarre fear.
isn't it weird? It's afraid of little bursts, you know. Anyway, it's different thing. But also, I'm afraid of clowns.
Well,
That's
yeah,
a
but it
popular
is
one,
clowns.
like, yeah.
clowns now
Yeah.
are like the big thing.
It's
Anyway,
scary.
so Spring Break Zombie Massacre.
So hang on.
There's clowns in this. That's
So
why it's
a
frightening.
clown with lots of balloons.
Oh my
would be
gosh,
just
that's
fucking
kind of scary.
terrifying.
But there's a lot of clowns in this. So freak me out.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen, like in the news, like this is all the thing, like people are dressing up as scary clowns and running around scaring people, and like,
Oh.
yeah.
It's
a
freaky.
big thing going on
Like
right now.
I would
Wow.
scream. I mean,
Yeah.
I would run now. But what struck me with this one was there's a lot of people. There's people in it, and they have like Down syndrome. Like you know, it's
Yes, I was trying to get to that.
Sorry.
Before you guys kept interrupting me.
Yeah, because I know there's a theatre company in Galway called the Blue Teapot Theatre Company for people with Down syndrome. You know, and there's a great film in the Galway Film Fleadh as well, about made by this company with people with Down syndrome as well. And it was just great to see this earlier, you know. So tell us more about it. If you can get a word in, if you can get a word in.
So-
I don't let him. It's fascinating.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Spring Break Zombie Massacres. And what I also like about this is the description, which I've talked about on the show multiple times, that people tend to go on and on about it. Zombies attack, and these two use bionics to make themselves superhuman to fight zombies. Perfect. That's all you need for our effing description of your effing film, people.
Can I ask you,
No.
how did you discover this film?
I read an article about it.
Oh.
So the Time, multiple Huffington Post, a few others actually wrote articles about these guys. And yeah, so like you said, they both have Down syndrome. They're in their 20s, and they're just zombie fans. And so they decided to make this
great.
zombie
I
film
love
where
it.
they're the heroes of
Yeah.
the film. And you can't see the full film online yet. They are going to put it online.
Right.
But right now it's doing the festival circuit, and it's in some pretty decent festivals. Tellerud was one that I noticed there that I recognized. New York, Los Angeles, and it's getting great feedback. And all you can see online right now, of course, is the preview. But even watching the preview, you can tell that this was really well done. And it was. I am absolutely looking forward to seeing it when they
Because
post the full film.
zombie stuff can just be
So
so
over time,
tacky.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we can overdo it, and we've all seen those type of films, you know.
Okay, well that's it. So what I would say is go check out the website. We'll put the link down to that as well. It's Spring Break Zombie Massacre. It looks great, and when it comes out, so you can actually watch the whole film.
Was this a low budget
online.
thing? Do you
Yeah,
know? or-
yeah. It looks like it was pretty low budget.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
cool.
But it looks really good.
It looks
the
really
trailer.
good.
I want
Absolutely.
to see it. You know, I'm terrified of clowns. I would maybe watch this film.
Listen, as long as it's not a clown zombie with balloons, we'll be fine.
Oh my god, yeah, that's really bad.
Okay. I don't know if there's clown zombies with balloons in it, since I've only seen the trailer. But when it comes out, I will probably watch it and bring it up again on the show. So.
Okay.
Awesome.
So with that, we are going to call it an evening on No Budget After Dark. So with that, I already said with that, didn't I? And with that, we're going to call it an evening on No Budget,
No
After
budget
Dark.
after dark.
Good night to you.